Welcome back everyone to Lore of the Shadow, where today I have been asked to, yes, kill some bears, even though I've just finished doing that. But on top of that, I have also been asked to collect some gold ingots that were stolen from goblins. And while I'm at that, I'm also be searching for the leader of the goblins so that I will be able to find out if there are any leads to the location of the Nazgul. How well will I do on that? Well, first I've got to find those pesky goblins, and then maybe I'll know whether or not they have anything to do with that raid. I found the southern pass into the goblin area. Now, when I lose sight of this, I wind up having to go to the western entrance instead. But this will do quite well. Unless, of course, you're a goblin, because they're about to give me their gold. Yeah, these actually do have dwarf gold with them. Alright. But obviously, no path to their leader. Oh well, let's continue on our way. Actually, I suspect that while we're here, we're probably going to have to run into some wargs and the like. So that does not look like a warg, or a bear, or a goblin. Oh, here we go. Goblin camps sprawl along the ridge. Right? Arctic hunters? So let's head off this way because we want to go to where the leader is. And the leader is up that way on the other side of this frozen pond. Oh, of course, I forgot which trait I have on this character. I should turn on this so I could actually see any scholar notes that are in the air. Oh, I found the wargs. Let's get those first. New deed! Warg Slayer! Wonderful! Actually, if I go to the trouble of making these scrolls, I might as well use them. I know, what a thought! Yeah, I had a feeling I was going to get both of them, but I think that killing both sets of wargs would be fine. Alright, I only have to kill 8 wargs? Okay, I think that should be easy enough by the time I get to the location. And here we go. Next. Now let's see, I need to... Oh, this way. I almost tried to go up there. But this is the way up to the leader, and I'm going to run into plenty of goblins on the way before I get there, so I'm sure I have no trouble finding... How many of these things am I supposed to find? I have found a missing page to Lore of the Blade. I suppose that's good progress. Alright, 1/3 of the way through that, and 1/24 of the way through finding my pages. Progress! Ah, I have found their fortification. Of course, there are several layers to this, but we might as well peel off the first layer of the onion so that we'll be able to find the final one eventually. Oh, I found all the gold! Yeah, but there's still plenty of goblins to kill. Many more shall die before I manage to get to the top. Oh, and many wounds shall bleed before I get there also, most likely. I almost made my usual mistake of exiting that way when I really need to go up this way. Because this is what eventually leads to the leader. Oh yes, I get lost in this place so often, thinking, oh, alright, here's the exit. No, that's not the exit, they just have 2 entrances into the area. Well, might as well kill all the goblins that I can, even if I don't need them for pages, because... I mean, if I don't need them for ingots, because I do need them for pages. How am I doing on this? So far, we gotta look at all those pages I got left to go. A long time. And of course, I think I still need to kill a couple more wargs in order to get that quest done. Goodbye! Halfway done. I got up here faster than expected. Maybe it's because I didn't get lost this time and went up the hill at the right spot. Because I didn't even finish all of my wargs, and... looky here. Gersmut. Let us just take a little peek at his abilities. Send in the cat. I'll tell Scoregrim, you weaklings! Ooh. Something like that. Said something about Scoregrim, who I believe is some sort of dwarf wight or something like that. I think I remember someone saying something like, well, I guess that's it for that. Well, I suppose I need to head back to... well, I need to deliver the gold. And I need to take care of a couple more wargs. Then I could report back to Glowing. It appears those goblins are working with some guy called Scoregrim.
No dawdling.
What? Dowerhand dwarves with goblins? Oh yes, it's all coming together now. While you were away, one of my scouts reported something interesting. You see, the task given to me by King Dine was to track down the Dowerhand's last refuge. The scout seems to have found it, as there were a large number of Dowerhands around the old dwarf fortress called Gabilizan. But they weren't all that we found. As the scout watched from a high ridge, two figures rode up to the fortress. One was a dwarf, the other was a cloaked figure. At first he didn't know what he was seeing, but when all the Dowerhands stopped what they were doing and cheered, he knew that the dwarf could only be one person, Scoregrim. Now, with what you've told me, the other figure with him must have been the ringwraith. It would seem that the two tasks are one, my friend. Alright, so what do I do now? It looks like... forget about a usable reward. Hold it. A sword. When can I start using sword? Actually...
Welcome. You have come at a most fortuitous time.
now, I really could use a sword that has will in it instead of might, but it's a start. It's a start. Alright, reputation changed. Reputation with, well, I guess Thorn's Hall, maybe? Yeah, I reached acquaintance with Thorn's Hall. If we can but enter the fortress, we will end two problems with one fell stroke. By ending the threat to the rider, we can ensure Rivendell's safety, and by putting an end to Scoregrim, we will crush the Dowerhands. However, it won't be easy, as the scout reported that they too entered the inner keep of the fortress. That keep is nearly impregnable. This is what we must do, Pinelore. Every dwarf fortress has a secret entrance, and although I don't know the secret of Gabilizan, I know how to learn it. When the cornerstone of Gabilizan was laid down, a copy of the fortress's plans would have been stored within. Around that cornerstone, the fortress was built, and can only be accessed by entering Gabilizan's vault. Once we have the plans, we'll be able to learn the fortress's secret entrance. Gabilizan can be found at the more westerly of the two passes of the gate entrance of the Eobar. The easternmost pass, Rakaz Bazaar, is not guarded by dwarves and may give you a roundabout means to approaching the keep. Well, we will have to see about that. So I guess we'll have to go to this Gabilazon. For the moment, though, I think I need to warm up a little bit, and my Lynx needs a little bit of a rest. So maybe I could see if I can find out anything about these fragments I found for pottery.
What can I do for you?
You actually found relic fragments on the snow lurkers? I can hardly believe it, Pine Lore. I suspected that such fragments would become entangled in the legs of the snow lurkers, but I had never observed that behavior myself. My musings have been proven true by your efforts. I am pleased as well that you collected these old fragments, but there is no shortage of these in Meladris, and I am more excited about my musings being correct. I thank you. Wonderful. Simply wonderful.
Mind my words, traveler.
Once Master Delurus hears that I was correct in my belief about the pieces of pottery and other relics could become entangled in the roots and legs of snow lurkers of the Misty Mountains, he is certain to give me more interesting assignments. Bring these relic fragments to him, and tell him from whence you retrieved them. Perhaps he'll send you back to me with an invitation to examine the most precious artifacts kept in Meladris. I can't wait to study them with my own eyes. You'll find Master Dolores within the library of Lord Elrond's house. Okay. I shall head to Elrond's library because all roads lead to there. I'll see if he's staying at the same spot as he usually does, considering that they've rearranged the library since the last time I did this. Yes, same spot.
What do you need?
You retrieved these relic fragments from snow lurkers in the Misty Mountains? That's very interesting, Pine Lore, and Glorenglir is to be commended for thinking it possible. Now, in one blow, the mountain passes are made safer by those who must travel them, and we collect pieces of history for further study. That's a worthy accomplishment. And yet, I will ask you one question. Did Glorenglir examine these fragments before she sent you to me? I thought not. This has always been her main fault, and it is the reason why I refuse to allow her access to the most interesting artifacts kept here. Glorenglir is more concerned with boasting about her finds than celebrating her accomplishments than with examining the pieces that she has uncovered. Until she learns to contemplate and appreciate the history of the pieces, she'll never become a true scholar. Well, I guess you have a point there.
Mind my words, traveler.
I feel like that this is a scholar lesson for me and on how I go to various places to quickly scan the items in there before I make the scrolls. Glorenglir has not understood the significance of these fragments, but I do. These are shards from what must have once been a beautiful vase, crafted long ago by some lord of the Eldar. If you can retrieve more fragments of the vase, it might be possible to reassemble it. Its former glory might have been lost to the careless or necessity, but history leaves us with one certainty. Though broken, something once fair can be made beautiful again through care and goodwill. Return to the source of the Bruinen and search for the drifts there for more fragments. The remaining pieces are sure to be the most jagged. Whether you dig them out of the drifts yourself or rely on Glorengar's snow lurkers, I'll leave it to you. But be warned, however, that the chance of finding the remaining fragments is likely quite low. Right, quite low. Unless, of course, you're on a quest to do so, in which case you'll somehow find them all easily. Here we are, back in the Misties, back in the cold, and back searching for various things such as snow lurkers, fragments, bears, I guess, and I hope to drop off all this gold I'm carrying cold and gold. All this gold that I'm carrying because that stuff is heavy. Here are the ingots I found.
At your service and your families.
Perfect, Pinelord, perfect! This should do it. Now all the ingots are accounted for, and Heike Goldwatcher will be happy to know that we have recovered the treasure mentioned in the records. Yes, according to Heike's records, we got everything. Oh no, what's this? Oh, what's wrong now?
Come and stay a moment, friend.
How could I have missed this? There was a second page in Heike's records. It describes a second strong box. Heike is not the kind of dwarf you want to cross because he'll remember it. He'll write it down in one of his books and never let you forget how you let him down. If I don't get that second strong box, it will be surprised me if someone found the records 400 years from now and thought badly of Lura Sharpshard, son of Thralfi. So, we've got to find it, Pinelord. Let me just look at the paper and tell you where it should be. Ah, the dwarf keep among the high crags to the south. It's the keep that guards the Gabilazon, and it's full of those good-for-nothing dour hands. You might want to take the farthest west pass of the high crag, looking for a building on the hills to your left as you approach the keep. The strong box should be inside, so don't delay. Alright, I'll see if I can find the strong box. Oh. And here we oh yes. Could you do anything with these pelts?
What do you want?
I'm glad that you're so successful in your hunt, Pinelord. Wargs are dangerous prey, and you have slain many of them. That's right. There we go. Now, I suppose that means I need to look for that second strong box, look for the cornerstone, and both of those lead to the same place. Okay. Second strong box, and also the warning on the evil dwarves, and the cornerstone. I have 3 quests all going to the same place. I guess that directs me. I wound up getting turned around and coming in from a completely different direction. But it looks like I did find the place, and I only knew it because there's a signpost here that is now affixed there to warn people of evil dwarves. Now, where are these alleged dwarves? Where giants dwell. Maybe giants dwell here, but I don't see any dwarves dwelling here. Looks like some heroic figure has decided to eliminate the dwarves in the area. Actually, is this the area? I have found the vault. Let's see what we can find in here. Ah! The cornerstone. How about that? Searching the cornerstone, you discover the Gabilazon plans. Good. Now that I have the plans, now I need to find the second strong box. Ah! I must be getting close to the strong box because it looks like we have got a dwarf. And not a nice one. Now, I think I need to go up here. Or is it the next area down? That's always the tricky thing about this place. Well, apparently I need to raise up my scholarly skills a little bit. Oh well. How about up here? Actually, I'm beginning to think that I may have gone a little bit too far. right? Or is there one more level I need to go here? Ah, no. I didn't go far enough, apparently. Okay. Yeah, that's where I need to go. Up that way. Oh, hello there.
What do you want?
Who dares to enter the tomb of Halmer Stoneshaper, son of Ether of old? Not even a dour hand is foolish enough to enter here. They know the tales of the Stoneshapers and quake in fear. Yet, you're different. You are here for the strongbox, aren't you? You thieving habit! You've only moments to tell me your tale before I cleave you in twain. Okay.
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
I see. So you were sent by a dwarf from the Blue Mountains, were you? Perhaps it is the long years alone here, but I think I believe you. Now allow me to tell you a tale. Long ago, the first Halmar Stoneshaper, son of Ether, was charged with guarding the treasure here. He stood sentry day and night, maintaining his post even on days of feasting. Yet he let his guard down, and only once, and a vile dwarf, Hulter Dourhand, slipped in and stole a single ingot of dwarf gold. Having failed in his duty, Halmer swore that he and his sons would keep vigil over the remaining gold until the ingot was returned. But I am but one of a long line of Halmers who have kept this oath. If you return the stolen ingot, my oath will be fulfilled. The strong box will then be yours to return to the dwarf who sent you. I can't say, though, where you'll find Hulter, although the legends of Halmer's failures tells me that Hulter is somewhere within Gabilazan. Perhaps there you will be able to find the gold. And I thought this place was going to get even weirder. I think I found the right place. This is opposite where I actually went up before. See about the dour hands here. Air. Whack! There you go. Now let's see what we got. Ah! I think I found some dour hands. Well, maybe they'll know where this dwarf I'm seeking is located. As soon as I could deal with these guards. Here we are. And it seems like he's guarding something. Hello there.
Greetings.
Ah! You've come from one of those fool Stoneshapers, haven't you? You've heard this tale of their oath over the strongbox, haven't you? Well, allow me to tell you a tale. The first Hoiter Stourhand stole the gold not for his own treasure, but to make Halmer Stoneshaper look like a fool. Upon hearing of Halmer's oath, Hoiter swore one of his own. He and his sons will forever keep the ingot and forever keep the Stoneshapers looking like fools. I too have come from a long line of Hoiter Dourhands, and I shall keep to the oath. You shall only have the ingot if you take it to Strongbox over my dead body. And I don't think that's too likely. Are you sure about that? I shall not break my oath, and you shall not have the ingot. Well, we'll see about that. We'll just... yeah. Right. One ingot. Now, let's get back to Stoneshaper. Is this the right ingot?
What do you need?
My eyes must betray me. You can't have the stolen ingot that has kept me and my kin chained to this place for all these long years, and yet it is. It is! Can it be so? Has my duty finally been fulfilled? Well, take it. taking his time to savor the journey, to finally be done. I can hardly believe the oath has been fulfilled. Be at peace, my ancestor. The treasures are reclaimed. I'm not sure what to do with myself now. The oath was all I had. Perhaps I'll join my kin in the Blue Mountains. It matters not, because for the first time I'll be able to go where I choose. Baruch Hazad. Oh, and now let's deliver the chest. But that's something that we'll be doing in the next episode of Lore of the Shadow.